Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn what is a circle. As you can see this point and this boundary. This point is known as the center of the circle and this area, that is this region, is known as the boundary of the circle. Now why this is known as the center of the circle? Because if we measure the distance from this center to any point on the circle on its boundary, they are equal. The distance between this point, say for example I'll name this point as A, that is center as A, and this point on the boundary of a circle as B. So the distance between this point and, say for example I place another point, I'll name this as C. The distance of these two segments, that is segment AB and segment AC, will be same. Say for example if I say that segment AB is equal to 5 centimeter, so segment AC will also be equal to 5 centimeter. That means the points on the boundary of the circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. As I explained here earlier, that this is the center of the circle. So if I draw these points and if I join these points, they all are of equal length, because these all points are equidistant from the center. So this, let us name this point as P, which is center of the circle, and these all points lie on the boundary of the circle. So we can plot as many points as we want. So we can say that a circle is a set of points equidistant from a fixed point in a plane, and this fixed point, that is point P, is known as the center of the circle. Now let us learn something more about circle. Now let us name this center as point O. So O is the center of the circle, and if I draw a segment that is joining the center of the circle and to the boundary of the circle, this distance or this segment joining the center at any point on the circle is known as the radius. So I'll name this as OP. So OP is the radius of the circle. So we can draw as many as radius if you want. So even if I draw from this point to any point on the circle, it becomes the radius of the circle. Now if I take any 2 points on the circle, and if I join them, this segment which is formed by joining any 2 points on the circle is known as the chord. That means a chord is a segment which joins any 2 points on the circle. So again I'll be taking 2 points. Say for example these 2 points over here, let us name this chord as A and B, these 2 points as A and B. So when these 2 points, when we join these points together, that is point A and B, and it passes through the center of the circle, it is known as the diameter. That means diameter is also a chord, that is the longest chord of the circle, which passes through the center of the circle. Now this chord is not passing through the center of the circle, that is why it is just simply known as chord. But when 2 points are joined and which passes through the center of the circle, this segment becomes the diameter as well as the chord. That means diameter is the biggest chord of the circle. Now let us see what is an arc. An arc is a part of the circle. That means Say for example, I'll take these 2 points and I'll draw this 2 radius. So now this circle is divided into 2 parts. That means this part of the circle is an arc, and also the remaining part is also an arc. But we can simply name the small arc, that is this arc, as the minor arc. We can name this as minor, and this, the remaining portion of the circle, is known as the major arc. So we know now what is minor arc and major arc. We have another type of arc, that is semicircular arc. Semicircular, that means half of the circle. So if I draw a diameter over here, so it divides the circle into 2 equal parts. So this arc becomes the semicircular arc. Let us name these points A and B, and I'll name this point on the circle as C. So ACB is a semicircular arc. So now we know what is the center of the circle, radius of the circle, diameter of the circle, and chord. And one more property related to circle is that radius is half of the diameter and the diameter is twice of the radius. Also we learned about different types of arcs, that is minor arc, major arc, and semicircular arc. Major of circle we all know that is equal to 360 degree, and major of semicircle, that is when a circle is divided into 2 equal parts. That means the major of this semicircle is 180 degree. 180 degree for the first half and 180 degree for the second half. Major of minor arc is less than 180 degree. So over here this arc will be less than 180 degree, and the major of the major arc will be greater than 180 degree. That means it will be more than 180 degree. So these were the important concepts related to circle.